Pimp, we get a big ups to Darcy DeFlo and add a song to the playlist. No. What is up, everyone? Hello, and welcome. Only mic was on. It's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello. Turn it up. Turn up my headphones. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. What's up, Jane? Yo. Good to see you here today. Are you ready for this? Yo. You know what time it is. Yes, Jay. It's time to go. Shout out to all my niggas from Guadalajara, Acapulco. I'm cruising in my blue Corolla. I need that money to be a high roller. Trapped and made a controller. She's crying downstairs, so I have to console her. Swimsuit model with eating disorder. Spent $200 on her DoorDash order. Yo, just a fucking crook with a fucking crooked jaw. False flagging out channel with my puppy dog. I committed fraud, and I got low teeth. I'm a low teeth god. False flagging, mundane maggot. Phil's fat, Phil's a faggot, Phil's a loser, Phil's a beggar. Arnold, Phil's a nigger. Right? How do you say? Brunel's a nigger, right? Very nice. All right. Let us continue. It's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. I got 2 big bills coming next week. One more chance to save the best streak. I'm going full mask off. It's not that deep. It's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. I got 2 big bills coming next week. One more chance left to blow. You ready? 8 time go. 8 time blow. They thought I fell off. No. Like a prime D rose, I'd be dunking on these hoes. Turn you into T-Bar, striking a T-pose. So let me tell you now what the story is. They call me DSP. Notorious. I'm cruising and wrenching, fast and furious, with my homie Pastor Eric Miller. He's quite curious.
They don't have nearly what it takes to be a man. And since I took their manhood, that's mine now, so I ain't giving it back.
My trolls are always watching me, waiting for another disaster stream. They won't even give me a piece of peace or like a whole fucking team locking onto my stream like a detractor beam. I can't get rid of them. I'm sober. I'm losing my mind. And I'm losing supporters. Detractors are bending me over. just another knot in this moving world order.
Yo. Big ups.
And now I'm seeing so much clearer as I sit here staring into Dark Dave's mirror and all of my fears and all that I see. The raw DSP, bottom feeder, cult leader. It's 3 a.m. and I still can't sleep. I guess this is all I will ever be. This is just how time flows.
Another banger from Darksy
Until
here.
Go. It's gonna take years of effort to try to dig myself out of this fucking hole. It really is. And it sucks. I hope that someday I'll get out of it. I don't know if I ever will. I may be living month to month, paycheck to paycheck, begging
Another
for fucking
bangerang
for the rest of my life. Like, it's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. Yeah. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade.
I feel like I missed a few. Hold up. I guess just one.
I want to give you, Adam, the opportunity to kind of say what you wanted to say, your overall thoughts about the interview, because you're the one person that we haven't really heard from after yesterday. And I think you're the person people probably want to hear from most.
Okay, so, you know, I've traveled around a lot in the world. I've met a lot of people in my life, a lot of people that use people to get ahead and lie. I don't.
Got some leftover
I turned into a
420
fucking therapist
here.
yesterday, and like, I'm not a therapist.
Guava
I'm
runs.
just a logical-based person that
Valley Vixen.
I'm a straight shooter. I call it as I see it. It was so clear throughout yesterday that he's a fucking
Bubba
idiot.
Kush,
Yeah, I said it. No, I'm just being
Bubble
brutally
Hash?
honest.
Hell yeah.
If you're doing some shit that I think is
Yo,
stupid,
I know
I'm
this
gonna call
song,
you
bro.
out on it. I'm gonna tell you, you're being a
I
fucking
know
idiot.
this song,
You're
dude.
spending $1 on a freaking mobile game. $1 is too much. If you can't afford to fucking eat or pay your rent or pay fucking electricity bills, like you shouldn't spend a cent. What the fuck? I'm sick of people that are just like, I'm a victim and using it to milk the people that support them. They can feel it. They can sense it when you see them as dollar signs instead of people that live fucking lives. See them as dollar signs.
I gotta try to find this clip on Pick Go. Hold up.
When you see them as dollar signs.
Sharks Did It Float came in with the $11 super chat. Says, side scrollers need that money. They really do. To pay the bills, the electric bill, the internet bill.
It's cool to be a meme. I've never been.
Yo, big ups, Cherry Juice.
Good job. You all right?
I feel like I need a cigarette now. Shit.
Hold on, let me see if I can find this.
The cell phone provider store that he works for. Happy fucking Friday, motherfuckers. Hope you have a fucking great day. Holy shit, what a great day of streaming we're about to fucking have here on DSP fucking gaming.
Lol. That's not it. Fuck, there's too many clips. I can't find it. Damn it. Whatever. Oh shit, he broke it? No. Dude, I hope that's not true. They're not up to date? Bro, why is it not finding a match? What the fuck? Failed to cancel matchmaking. Okay. Try again later. Why did he did he not know about it until the interview? Did somebody tell him about it? But how do they not come up? Doesn't actually, I don't know. I don't know who wrote it or what the code is. So you're saying that new stuff, it just stopped coming up after a certain date? I'm sure they'll just update it eventually. I mean, I don't understand how you could prevent it from crawling your videos for audio, right? Or maybe maybe they just have to update something. Maybe YouTube updated something that broke it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's my thought. Cuz that's how it is with like any, you know. Oh, really? What and what did Phil just turn them off or something? Yeah, this is PUBG, dude. PUBG. It's a PUBG unit, baby. PUBG. G unit. It's a Phil quote. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they update. Because it's a great resource, you know? Yeah, hope. Best case scenario, it's just some broken shit. I mean, if I was Phil though, that shit would scare the hell out of me. People being able to it from forever ago. It's terrifying. Yeah, that's what I mean, you know. Map sucks. Can I ever find SMGs on this map? It sucks. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know Phil used to play it so much. Yeah, Phil should be live in about 30 minutes. I would prefer a vehicle, please, please. There was a guy there the whole time, man. Come on. The whip. The whip awaits. Oh, and I got the scorpion so I can shoot out the car with the scorpion. Nice. Little bunny hop. Bunny hop to victory. It's a puppy. My my RGB AUG. Nice. That's not noticeable. This game is basically just like H1Z1 2. What's up, Kelly? Blazing it. Yeah, I got some 420 goodies yesterday. Got some guava runts. I got some Valley Vixen and some Bubble Hash. So we're definitely blazing it. Damn, where is everybody? Trying to get some kills, but... Oh, there's one. I'm trying to blow out his tires. I hit him. Where'd he go? He left. Oh, there's a dude in this. Wait, is that a glider? Come on, dude. What's with the rolling of the cars, man? Where is that guy going? I never understood that in this game. Like, the gliders are cool, but, like, where are you gonna go? I mean, the map's big, but it's not that big. This guy's weak. Hide in your little house, bro. Wait, oh. He's behind the rock, dude. I thought he was in the house. There's nothing I could do there. I did everything correct. Everything was correct, dude. I don't like the map. I don't like the maps they have right now. They're too fucking small. Every map's tiny. And it's annoying.
That's when the predators get you, isn't it? You know, I thought I was prepared for anything.
Like that's a fact. Yes, my detractors over the years said this is what Phil does all the time. So Frederick Knudsen watches the montage of it and believes this is Phil all the time. That was a rarity when I would be slamming stuff like that. Swearing like a sailor, absolutely all the time. Slamming my equipment, very rarely. Except my mouse today, because my mouse only works when I slam it.
Would also become belligerent on his social media. For example, when game reviewer Mitch Dyer
Oh,
posted
no.
a review for IGN with which he disagreed, he attacked Dyer.
Like, I guess that's a detractor running meme, is that they say I sound like Ack. I don't think I do. I definitely have a unique voice, or excuse me, a unique laugh, but it's not Ack sounding at all. That's just idiocy. And what it is it's that groupthink mentality that if enough of them repeat something, they recognize the meme, and then it becomes something that they repeat, regardless of the fact that it's not true. It's just, it's cultish thinking to repeat something on end. Okay. Huh? I'm smoking on Tuca. Did a super chat saying the distractor said the trans stuff is happened in 2008, that you knew it was a trans, they have physical proof too. I have no idea what you just said or what you're talking about. What was that? What? I don't get it. I just don't understand. I'll put you on the leaderboard, but I don't have a clue what the fuck you just said. Not even close. Okay. No, just seriously, like, I think what it is there's this weird groupthink mentality, particularly on the internet, where if enough people repeat something as a meme, that meme becomes a recognizable thing. Okay?
Like a hive mind.
Because it's a recognizable thing, people kind of repeat it to say, aha, I know that meme, even if the meme isn't true. So the meme is that, I guess,
What's the meme?
the meme is that, I guess,
Wet snort.
someone says that when I laugh, it sounds like I'm saying ack, ack, ack. When in my content ever have I laughed and you heard ack, 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 ack?
All the
Like,
time. Oh, I landed.
almost like the Count. When I laugh, sometimes I sound like the Count from fucking Sesame Street. Now that's a meme I could agree with, but ack, 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 I don't even know where that comes from. You tell me when I've ever said something that sounded like that. But they all repeat it endlessly to the point where it becomes this weird group thing. And I hate to say it, that's for small-minded people. That's for simpletons.
What?
Simpletons need to feel like they're part of a group recognition, so they endlessly repeat something ad nauseum until they say, oh, I recognize that. Now I feel like I'm a part of something bigger than just myself, and I get some kind of value or worth out of that. That's simple-minded thinking. It just is.
He still does the
And
act, though.
It's probably, honestly, a symptom or a sign
he can't
that
help
someone doesn't have mature thinking yet. Maybe they're in the developmental stage of their mind that that meme is so popular on the internet, even though it doesn't make any sense.
They're infants.
Right?
They're still developing. What the fuck?
Stilton Shadows, let me ask you a question. He says, would you allow people to clarify trans stuff without banning them? Where in my content today were we talking about this exactly? Well, how is this a topic of my stream? What does it have to do with Ghostwire Tokyo, which we're about to play? At any point, was this part of anything? So do you really think that you should bring it up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Sounds to me like some moron out there is trying to cause drama. What a fucking surprise that someone on the internet would be trying to cause drama, right? Someone is talking about nonsense. Someone is trying to make shit up. Someone is trying to spin something and say something dumb that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. Okay? Like,
how pathetic.
how
Phil.
about this? All right? How about this?
Let people
How
talk.
about we end the pre-stream podcast? All right. I go use the restroom quickly. I'll take a leak, wash my hands. We come back. We enjoy Ghostwire Tokyo. See, it's a new release game. Exciting, right? Something different. And we do what we're supposed to do here together. Have fun with games. How about that?
Have fun
Instead
with
of
games and make
entertaining
money, baby.
every
Let's go.
stupid thing that every fucking moron says on the internet, which some of you, for some odd reason, seem
toxic.
to be unable to separate yourself from that shit. Like, I just don't get it. We're all here having a good time here today on the Pre-Stream Podcast, right? We have some good conversations today about gaming and GTA Online. I'm trying to get a bigger picture of understanding of why games like that are popular. We're talking about PlayStation Now.
So why am I toxic?
We're talking about my mannerisms, the way that I speak, and
Yeah,
I'm
it's all
acknowledging some
positive.
of that stuff. And now all of a sudden, let's try to completely derail with drama.
It's on the
like,
roof.
Why would you do that? No, really, I have to ask this to someone like Stealth and Shadows or someone. Everyone here's having a good time. Let's entertain stupid shit that some fucking moron is saying somewhere on the internet in their dark little dumb corner, their closet that they closed and fucking, yelled into their own echo
What?
chamber of some bullshit.
How am I supposed to
That
get
some
this?
idiots who obsessively talk about this kind of dumb shit talk about. Why would I bring that up in my content and my stream?
Are
like,
you
there's dark
serious?
corners of the internet for that kind of shit. There's plenty of shit places, toxic, disgusting individuals who will try to spin that kind of shit to make money. So why would I want to be a part of that process exactly? Like, let me put this in a nutshell for all of you. All right? No! I'm not an asshole. I'm not a drama queen. I'm here to have fun with games. I don't give a fuck what morons are saying right now, and I never, ever will. Keep the shit out of my streams and out of my content. Let them talk about it on their own. I don't give a fuck what they say. They're all morons. They're all trying to benefit from a very gullible group of people who eat up every piece of drama and dumb shit. Really? That's what it is? I don't understand how people don't get that yet. It's only been going on for over a decade. How did you not figure this out yet? And again, I have to say it. It's because these people are simpletons. When you're a simpleton, you want to believe the dumb, the drama, the boring, the stupid, the most absurd thing possible becomes the common thing for you because your life is boring. I have more than enough cool stuff going on in my life. I don't need to focus on what these dumbasses are saying. Okay? Leave it out of my content. Don't bring it up on my streams. Shut the fuck up about it. Thank you. Okay. That was a good pre-stream podcast, guys. Let us end it and just get set up here and see what Ghostwire Tokyo is all about. Sound good?
I want this airdrop.
Stop.
Get wrecked. Still need a DMR. What? This guy was third person. Oh my god, what a loser, dude. What a fucking loser. This guy was just sitting there the whole time, terrified to fucking make a move. Fucking asshole. I'm literally just running around this town the whole fucking time. And these people are just like hiding inside buildings, terrified to fucking PvP. Fucking sad, bro. I was running around that building like for like 5 minutes, never heard a sound inside that building. The guy was in there the whole time, just fucking terrified of footsteps. Not even ranked. It's not even ranked. How are you terrified and it's not ranked? Like, go play Tarkov if you want to be scared to play. I used to have one of those Hulk Hogan, the little miniature things, where it was like the Wrestle Buddy. I had that shit. Damn, I can't see out there. Who the fuck is Hornswoggle? What is that? Oh, airdrop. Damn, I need that. Fuck. Is Hornswoggle like the common wrestler? Finally, dude. Jeez. Ever is to find a fucking scope. Nice pan. Phil has just entered chat. Wait, how did that guy die? He died too. Why isn't he live yet? Better not go live, boy.
You can't afford $11.95? What's your problem?
Kool-Aid girl, my only love. Kool-Aid girl, my only love. Juice on your lip and it's dripping on your hips. Put my girl in jail for so long. She did nothing wrong. I want you free and I'm begging to the skies above. Kool-Aid girl, my only, yeah, Kool-Aid girl, my only love. If I was that guy from the farming website, I'll treat you right, clap those cheeks all night. I would change your life, no more OnlyFans. I will be your only man. Free Kool-Aid for life, only for $11.95. No more living in a van. We're going on vacation.
Is Meerkat branching out here?
And you can use my hot tub. Kool-Aid girl, my
Yo, what's up, Greg?
Kool-Aid girl, my only love. Juice on your lip and it's dripping.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
on your hips.
Hornswoggle.
In jail for so long. She did nothing wrong.
That's funny.
I want you free.
I remember that guy.
And I'm begging
And they always dress him up as a fucking leprechaun.
Kool-Aid girl, my only. Kool-Aid girl, my only. Juice on your lip and it's dripping on your hips. Put my girl in jail for so long. She did nothing wrong. I want you free and I'm begging to the skies above. Kool-Aid girl, my only. Kool-Aid girl, my only. Kool-Aid girl, my only love.
Is it Friday? Happy Friday. Damn, happy Friday.
$13,000. AG Almighty 8 gang, pull up and get your shit splat gang.
Now that
Pull
that
up, hop out and scramble your shit gang.
that KFC art's even
On their
fun.
computers?
It's funnier now after that KFC rant.
They on computers talking shit offline, they losing it. 10-year legacy on life support, now the Patreon.
Much funnier now.
Mine's a bitch. I'm being goofy just to send some bits. I ain't a snitch, but third out of third, he ain't never call a hit. Mid-mileage and Mr. Hustler, Vanilla on speed dial. My niggas wild. Can't forget Theo when he the golden child. Who else around? Kicking swaggins and DSP on some goofy shit. KG a bitch. Trips to Japan, he get finesse by a chick. He a trick. I just made a brand new socket. What we do, huh? We just trolled a brand new op, bitch. AG Almighty A gang, what up? Get your shit scramble, gang. You can't get played like Rambo, Howard of the pack. Your girl a snack. She go get swipe right to see how you react. DSP is how you don't play. He failing games every day. Buying fast food with the tips is why he gaining weight. We troll a chill, the socks is real, man, it's been a drill. Subcon went up a few days ago, bro, you know that ain't real. The streams ain't chill, you yawn and complain about your bills. Cackle be gon' damn near every night, you need some gin for real. You diss Ninja, PewDiePie, and the Almighty. What the fuck? How you go feel when them Twitch cops not on your side? That ass bang. Kicking the furries, sweaties do sweet just like some McFlurries. Check put on sub, only mode the mouse don't have to worry. Do them dirty, explode this shit, they get super nervous. What's the purpose? Praise be.
I don't know what that new song's about, dude.
Praise be. Pull up, they log in, what's up? No tips,
I don't know who the Kool-Aid girl is. I'm out of the loop, dude.
Hey, game we go wild. Hey, what? We hooligans cooling and bullying and buck next we up now. Ha. Hey, game we go wild. Hey, what? We hooligans cooling and bullying and buck next we up now. Hey, shout out to Susan and big ups to Porsche for holding it down. Hey, niggas out here trolling with a couple grand. What the fuck? To me that sound like you a fucking fan. Hey, do them dirty. X pull up with the shit, they get super nervous. What's the purpose? Praise be his name, Almighty at your service. Praise be.
It's Tevin's fall. All right, LARPer. Keep on trolling, baby.
Chocolate pee-pee in a doodle flavored toilet water. Keep trolling, baby. I clock in, I clock out, likes up, likes down. Jasper, tell me what I'm gonna play now. Trip in and trip out, likes up, likes down. Jasper, tell me what I'm gonna play now. Keep trolling, 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 trolling. Yeah. Keep trolling, 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 trolling. Keep trolling, 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 trolling. Yeah. Keep trolling, 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 trolling. Yeah, I know you'll be loving this stream right here. LIMP, Dick Phil is right here. People in the chat, put your tips in the air, cause if you don't pay, then I don't play. 1, 2, 3, dear, go for the tips. Putting on a hat in the vest with the drip. So where the fuck you at, whale? Show the fuck up and whale the fuck out before I guilt your ass up. Chocolate pee-pee in the doodle flavored toilet water. I clock in, I clock out, likes up, likes down. Jasper, tell me what I'm gonna play now. Trip in and trip out, likes up, likes down. Jasper, tell me what I'm gonna play now. Keep trolling, 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 trolling. Yeah. Keep trolling, 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 trolling. Come on. Keep trolling, 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 trolling. Yeah. Keep trolling, 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 trolling.
This started about 10 years ago. I was depressed, I was an alcoholic. That was the start of my YouTube career. Today, many years later, things are a lot better, that's for sure. That is for certain. It is certain. It is certain. Raw. Rail. Got the bag, bro. Got the tips. Got the plastic cups. Wheel tails in. Raw. Whale tail. Bro. Whale tails in. Former pro player. Former alcoholic. Right? Drinking liquor all day long. Good variety of stuff. We'll even have an incentive if someone contributes a very large contribution. I will take a shot of a special liquor that I have not revealed yet. I'm not getting drunk. Absolutely not. Raw. Rail tail. Got the bag, bro. Got the tips, right? Plastic cup. Wheel tails in. Raw. Whale tail.
You need Jesus. Fill up. Consume.
Whale tail.
Day after day after day.
Bro.
If you do, to hell with you. You need help. You need Jesus.
Raw.
Whale tail.
Got the bag, bro. Got the tips, right? Plastic cup.
What's up, Drax?
Tails in. Got the bag, bro.
Nah, I didn't know it was Friday, dude.
Whale tail.
Yeah. No, I haven't been working, so the days kind of just like don't matter. You know how that goes. Every day is Saturday.
And you know what this reminds me of? When I worked at the helicopter company, helicopter support. It 1,000,000% reminds me of that.
It's disappointing to me, and it's sad, but at the same time, you know, it just, once again, all the detractors, they said this was going to happen, and they were right.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself right now?
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him.
No, fuck all that noise. Get you a bottle of gin from Total Wine. Fire up your TV. Drink your gin. Drink your gin. Consequences have actions, Pep. Here's what you gotta do. Drink your gin. Drink a Pepsi later on. Play your fucking WB champions. Consequences have actions, Pep.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself right now?
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him. Stop being a fucking victim. You fucking bitch. You fucking asshole. Own your shit. Own your shit. Own it. Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Bitch. Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Bitch. Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself, bitch?
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him.
You're still on mission 1. No, I'm not gonna let you lie. I know you're lying. I'm gonna pick on you. I know you're lying. Being dishonest and begging for money. Begging. And people wanting justice. He is not a real person. He's not genuine. He is not honest. He's a scammer. I just see a scammer.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil.
I just see a scammer.
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him. Alright, I'm done. I'm done.
I understand everything now. I know why there's this hate wave on him, and it's been on him for years. It's because of this bullshit.
Meerkat Mall.
Song's fire. How do I not have a bag? What is this? There's no bag. Big ups, Roachbait. Yo, wheeling underwater. Yo, check that out. Woo! I didn't think they could land in the wall. Wait, why is it? The fuck? I like the new animation they added. When you break someone's helmet, it flies off. It's pretty cool. They literally added that in the last update. How many years has this game been out? Fucking sad. 6 years. And they just added an animation for the helmet flying off. Great job, guys. Fucking weak. Can't see this guy. I think he's to the right. Damn. Yo, what's up, Nitwit? What's up, Andrew? What's up, Thirst Annihilator? He's not live yet, dude. Hold up. Nope. Okay. Right, a neon yellow baklava. Just what I needed. How's he only shower once a week? There's no way that that's true. Look at this. Look at this loaf. Look at this guy. This is what he does. Oh my god. I almost elbowed my whole bowl off the desk. I would have been so salty, man. I think I might have ended the stream if that happened. Let's go buy a new one. What else can you do? Yeah, same with smoking, you know how you can't taste as well? It dulls your tastes. What's up, DV? Sleeps in his clothes? No, dude, you can't. You can't sleep in your clothes, dog. It's not comfortable. Actually, I do believe it because Phil doesn't listen to music, so it honestly wouldn't surprise me. Bro, where he's like super late today. He's really late. Something must have happened that fucked his morning up. We're gonna hear about it. It's gonna be like, oh, Cat tried to make toast and, you know, half the kitchen burned down. Something like that.
This vest is a symbol of that positivity. It's a symbol that together we can have fun as long as we stay positive and we can overcome anything together. I firmly believe at this point in my life, all right, that no matter what comes my way, that we can work together to overcome it, all right? But that being said, it's time for something new. Which vest is best? Which vest is e-beggar best? Okay, vest is best. Vest.
Yeah, young cat. Got that 150 on my chest. Bitches all around me, and they let me touch their breast. Got that saggy man boobs flowing, but that members count keeps growing. So I got to put it on a
vest. Best. Vest is best.
150.
Okay.
150 for the best.
Okay.
Welcome to the show.
And I put it on my chest.
I'm a bit,
Okay. The best goal has been pretty hard to hit recently.
tie it up at the
That's
moment.
tough when, you know,
Just
things
getting
are tight.
everything in
I get-
order
I get
here.
it.
How is
Things are
everyone
tight
today?
for a lot of
Today
people,
is
you know?
Friday, the 21st of April, 2023, and indeed, I am Phil, and I am here on the Level 1 podcast for all of you this morning. Hello, hello. How you doing? I hope you're all doing well. This is a lovely Friday, of course, the beginning of the weekend for all of us here, and a lot of streaming fun right around the corner, correct? And I hope that you're ready to have some good times with me in gaming, some React content this weekend, a good variety of stuff coming up.
Ready, I'm ready. Actually, I'm not ready.
Live, my apologies. I'm a little late by about 10 minutes or so.
10 minutes?
Today was my... Whoa!
Try 30.
Okay.
Try 30 minutes.
Something interesting, guys. Guess what? Someone had mentioned to me that there's a lot of ads seemingly running on my stream last night. I just got a pop-up saying ads will begin shortly. No, they will not. Skip ads. This is something new on YouTube that just happened live. I was like, what the hell is that? That's really weird. Okay, I'm gonna have to go into my ad settings later. Apparently, YouTube has something new they're doing on live streams where they're trying to run ads constantly, and you have the ability to disable it manually, because I just did. It was gonna run an ad break for you guys, even though the show just started, which obviously I don't want.
Yeah, but YouTube wants that money, yo. They got to get that money, Phil. Come
I'm actually
on.
wondering, is there a setting that I can edit?
They got to be like
Maybe
Twitch.
Now is checked by default. There is live ad settings. Automatically place mid-roll ads during your stream. Uncheck and save.
Oh, look at that,
That's
Phil.
new. So now we have our explanation of what's going on.
They tried to
YouTube on their streams
They tried to monetize you.
has instituted a new thing where they're going to try to automatically run ads during a live stream and you don't control it. Because up to now, I've always controlled all advertisements on my streams. I think the only exception is when you're starting the stream, an ad might run, and then that's automatic. But outside of that, any ad breaks, I control. And then last night, I was streaming Final Fantasy V for the first time, and people were saying, Phil, are you aware there's ad breaks playing? And I was like, no, like, I'm just playing the game. What are you talking about? And they're like, nah, it keeps happening. So I guess this is something new that YouTube has instituted. Yikes. I'm glad I caught it now. I certainly don't want ads running during key parts of the stream. What's the point of you tuning in if you miss part of the stream because there's ads running? That's really stupid. Who would even want that? What kind of a stream would just want ads to run randomly at any time? Even a television program controls the ads. Like they split the show.
This is
so that
this is where he
It's not like, oh, it's the key part of the show that's important, and then an ad runs over it and you miss it. Who would want this feature?
This is where you bash Twitch, right? This is
Ambulatory says this actually is something on Twitch that's done all the time.
Oh God.
That's stupid. So what I'm gonna have to do is when I set up streams moving forward, I'm gonna have to look for that option and make sure it's unchecked because it was automatically checked for me, and I don't want that. Okay, guys, my apologies last night if you were on a stream and I don't know if that happened. Well, I guess it would have happened anyway because I wasn't on the stream yet today, right? Well, hopefully I fixed it. Okay.
Good job, Phil. You fixed it.
All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Sorry about that, a little bit of early baloney. And welcome to the weekend. We got a lot of good stuff coming up this weekend for you. And, of course, welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. We're going to talk about a lot today. We're going to talk about, essentially, we're going to talk about two things that happened yesterday. The Street Fighter 6 digital event, and my overall thoughts on it. And then also we're going to talk about Final Fantasy V last night and how that went. Okay? I'm very excited to talk about these things. So I hope you are too. It should be a good time.
Hope Snow Henry's here.
Good discussion of two very awesome things that happened yesterday on my day back from break. So these things will obviously influence the streams moving forward because already people are like, well, Phil, are you going to play the Street Fighter 6 demo? Well, the answer is yes. But not right away, and there's a good reason why, as I'll explain today. Okay? But anyway, if you haven't seen any of the content from yesterday, there's a few things that you should check out. On this channel, all right, last night, I started Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. Really loved it. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Give it a look. So far, there's 2 parts, and it's going to be I feel a very fun.
How was that?
Chill stream play.
Did anybody catch that? I didn't.
Long form, but not really. The game only is about
sounded boring to me.
Long. It really depends on if you do side content or not. But man, that's a great game right now. It's done really, really well in my opinion. So we'll talk about that in a second. I don't want to jump the gun, but that's live. You can check that out right now. 2 hours, and I cannot wait to jump right back into it tomorrow night because the game is so good. Okay. The other thing to talk about is. The Street Fighter 6 event from yesterday, which we covered. It went live on 3 p.m. Pacific time. So
Phil, you don't like games, dude. Chill.
I did a live react to it, which now you can watch in its entirety over on my reaction channel, DSP Reacts.
Right.
If you didn't see that.
Yeah, not a huge fan of Dead Island.
Good stuff, fun stuff. I'm feeling good about Street Fighter 6 now. It didn't answer all of our questions. Sadly, some of the unanswered questions have remained unanswered. But for the most part, it was a good event. And again, we're going to talk about that in a moment too. And you know, if I'm going to be playing the demo or not. And so that's good stuff. But I just want to let you know all that content is live right now if you want to watch it on the various channels. All right. So let's talk schedule for the week. Let's get that out of the way so you guys know what to expect this week. But then we can lead us into our next topics, which is the Street Fighter 6 event, Final Fantasy 5, etc., and then some game news. We also need to talk about the upcoming long-form React event. The long-form React event is on April 30th, and we're going to be reacting to the Internet Historian YouTube channel. What I need is your suggestions on some of the best videos from Internet Historian. What we will likely do, probably not this morning, because I have a lot of topics to talk about, but one of these mornings, all right, we're going to go to the channel, and I'm going to look up some of the most popular videos there, and you guys are going to be able to vote on what you want to see me react to come April 30th. It's going to be like a day-long marathon event like I do every month for reacting. It should be interesting because it's not drama. You know, these long-form React events I've done essentially have almost always been drama documentaries. We're not doing that this time around, okay? So that should be fun. So we need you know, to basically lock that in by the end of this week because it's 1 week from this Sunday, okay? But in addition to that, what we also need to do is we need to determine what we want to do for the next special event here on DSP Gaming. You know, we just had my birthday event about 2 weeks ago. Actually, it was exactly 2 weeks ago. It was my birthday marathon. That went really well. But what else do we want to do? There's a lot of ideas that have been thrown around. One is another Viewer's Choice event. And I'm like, well, that's fine, but you understand that a Viewer's Choice event is just another playthrough. That's not like a special day-long event. If we're going to do another Viewer's Choice, I feel like we should wait and do it around the summertime. Because actually the months of May and June are going to have a lot of new game releases. So I don't think we should do it now, but maybe around like July. But what other special event would you like to see? Would you like to see a day where I challenge myself to play retro games and do like daily challenges? Like remember I was going to do
not particularly.
Like Gaiden on NES, try to complete stages in the classic Mega Man games with certain criteria and stuff like that. Would you like to see a retrospective event where we go down memory lane and you guys nominate your favorite moments from my history for us to watch back, whether it be a video series I've done, a particular playthrough I've done, right? Any of that. Maybe travel vlogs and stuff like that, right? Or something else. You know, I really don't know what you guys want for the next special event, but I like to do one around once a month. So our first one was early April. I'd like to do the next one around maybe mid to late May, and then kind of keep that pace about every month to month and a half. We do another kind of special event here on DSP Gaming. But we got to figure it out. I actually have no clue really what it should be. So we need to begin this discussion because we need to start planning it. If we don't plan it, you know, we're not going to know what we're doing. So let's talk about it. All right, shall we? Let's start thinking. Do you want a marathon of one game? Do you want a marathon of a series of games? Do you want to do a retrospective? What else would you like? Okay?
Can we do This Is How You Don't Play?
Good stuff, right? All right. So, let's talk schedule, shall we? Because I want you to know what we're doing this week and why we're not doing the Street Fighter 6 demo today. Okay? Because it's a good reason. So, today, ladies and gents, I started the Level 1 podcast a little late. Why? Because I got my monthly YouTube payment today. Came through.
Oh.
Which means, boom, it's time to do all my payments.
Boom.
So I sat down for like a half an hour this morning, and I was just paying all my bills. Maybe a little bit. It's fine.
Bills.
Plenty and plenty of gameplay and fun for you on stream today, despite the fact I was like 10-15 minutes late, and I apologize for that. But thank you for understanding. And so, we got the Level 1 podcast right now. All right, and then we've got, hold on. Excuse me. Then we've got the conclusion of Silent Hill 3. And you might say, wait a minute, the conclusion? But you've only played Silent Hill 3 a few times. Well, you're right. Silent Hill 3 is a pretty short game. I actually looked up my original playthrough from 2012. And at this point in the playthrough, back then I was playing 10-hour increments, or 10-hour. Back then I was playing in 10-minute increments. Because back then on YouTube, over a decade ago, YouTube was not allowing longer clips. I want to say around 2012, the longest you could do was like a 25-minute video. And then eventually they did allow unlimited length videos. But anyway, so because I was doing shorter videos, I think I was at like part 37 of the playthrough or something crazy like that, okay? But the playthrough ends. Excuse me if you can't tell, my post-nasal drip is very bad today. It's bothering. I think the playthrough ends around like...
It's like a faucet. It just won't stop.
The math there, that's like 15 more parts. Well, 15 times
What?
150 minutes, divided by 60, so it's like 2.5
Bro,
hours.
come on.
Yeah.
It's
The
this
game
game,
says
bro.
you have 2 to 2.5 hours left. Not a lot. Now, depending on how things go, all right, we're probably beating it today. The only thing I can foresee if we're not going to beat it today is if something makes us start late, which I don't think will happen, or if we have a lot of discussion or interaction that basically hinders progress, which is fine. My streams are interactive, and I appreciate contributions, and I shout them out, and I have conversation with you. But I mean, realistically, if I beat it in under 2.5 hours from this point, the last time that I played 11 years ago, even with interaction and everything, I don't think this is going to be a playthrough that's going to take like 3-4 more hours. You know what I mean? Like, I think we'll beat it today. And that's good. It was a short but sweet playthrough, right? Only my second time playing the game. So far, it's been good. Admittedly, I don't think it's as scary as Silent Hill 2. I think Silent Hill 2 is a much scarier game. But it's still decent, I would say. Decent game. And I'm curious to see how it ends because I don't really remember the original playthroughs ending at all. I did remember certain parts, like the subway part I remembered because that's the most annoying part of the game. But I don't remember this finale. Right now we're in the amusement part. And I don't know what happens after the, where we are. I don't remember the rest. So I guess we're going to find out together today and, wrap it up, which will be a good way to end the playthrough today, okay? Now, later tonight, on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it is the continuation of The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. And just so you guys know, we are heading into the end game of the actual game now.
Snooze fest,
We
dude.
have one more Mages Guild quest. It's the big finale of the Mages Guild. Once that's done, we have completed every major guild quest line in the game. All of them. So all that's left is the main story and or one-off random quests. So depending on how tonight goes, we might advance the story a little bit. And I think what we're going to do in the next few streams, we're going to determine if I'm going to be doing the Shivering Isles DLC or not. I'm on the fence,
Snooze
guys.
fest.
Here's the thing. I've absolutely loved the Oblivion playthrough. More so than I thought I would. Immediately when we started with Oblivion, when you guys voted for this over Fallout 3, I was apprehensive about it. Because I thought, man, I just played Skyrim last year. And so 2 Elder Scrolls games back to back, 1 year to 1 year, might be too much overload of Elder Scrolls. That was number 1. Number 2, it's an older game. And I'd already played
I think he gets more boring over time, the more you watch him.
It ends up becoming very boring for me.
For sure.
To the point where I just kind of gave up on it. And I'd always wanted to do a full playthrough of Oblivion.
Because he repeats himself so much,
It didn't work. People said it was boring, and so I stopped playing it. But now, today, I have an interactive stream where things are different, and the streams have been amazing. We've had great conversation, great fun. You guys have helped me a ton with the playthrough to find the better items and do the better things. And it's just been really, really good in my opinion. So
he's playing Oblivion instead of Street Fighter 6. Yeah, what a great choice, dude.
If you can believe it.
What a great choice.
Oblivion on Christmas. Yes, the Christmas marathon. So a 4-month-long playthrough. 60
I don't know,
hours
dude.
gameplay at this point.
Seems like a
Some
dumb
people are
choice.
tired of it, and they're like, man, can we move on? Can we do anything else for a late night
Right?
stream?
Please. No more Oblivion, dude.
So,
Please.
That being said, I'm weighing and balancing your opinions. Some people absolutely want to see me do the Shivering Isles DLC and have tried to convince me that it is one of the best DLCs ever made for an RPG. I've been told that. Like, it's seriously good, supposedly. Okay? So I'm debating it. Do I want to continue? I don't know how long the Shivering Isles DLC is. I've never played it before. So, I guess we'll have to see. What we'll do, maybe tonight, we'll see if I can get, if I were to get that DLC, how much would it cost and everything? Maybe we'll go on the Xbox store and see there.
Oh, he's close to dead. He ate that arm shot, dude.
All right. Well, I'm considering it. I'm not sold yet. The way I see it, if we were to just focus on the story, we'll probably beat Oblivion within a few streams. Maybe a week or two, it's done. But if we do Shivering Isles, that could extend the playthrough another month, depending on how much content is in the DLC. I don't know. So let's talk about it tonight. Come by 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Let's chill. Let's finish the Mages Guild, and then maybe we'll consider what the next steps are. Okay? Cool. Tomorrow, Saturday, is my weekly React day. So that means we're going to head over to DSP Reacts after the podcast here for DSP versus the Internet, my weekly clips react show where the members nominate clips for me to watch. Yes, members have been nominating clips all week long. Tonight,
I gotta run to the kitchen real quick. Hold on.
Second stream ends. I'll be sitting down and going through all of those submissions, forming the playlist for tomorrow's show. I'm excited as usual for our weekly react show. It's usually a great time. Okay. Then tomorrow night on the late stream, we continue on with Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. Very excited for that, and I'll talk about that game in a little bit because I have some initial impressions about it after having played the first 2 hours last night. Okay. Sunday, it's going to be Elden Ring on the first stream and more Oblivion on the late stream. Monday, it's going to be more Elden Ring on the first stream and more Final Fantasy on the late stream. And then Tuesday, it's going to be
BRB?
more Elden Ring on the first stream, and the late stream's up in the air. I might want to do more Final Fantasy. I might want to do more Oblivion. It depends on how things go. Now, you might say, wait a minute, Phil. You just said Elden Ring 3 days. What gives with that? Why are you playing Elden Ring for 3 straight days? Okay? So there's a good reason. All right? There's a very good reason for this. Let's talk now about the Street Fighter 6 presentation and the demo and everything, because a lot of people want me to play the demo right away, but there's a good reason why I can't. All right? So yesterday was the Street Fighter 6 digital event, and the digital event essentially covered the World Tour mode, which is the single-player campaign of the game. It also covered new features in Battle Hub with online matchmaking and things to do in the lobbies while you're waiting to play a competitive online match. And it also covered the Season 1 DLC. And then at the end of that digital presentation, they announced, hey, guess what, guys? The demo of Street Fighter 6's World Tour mode is now live, but only on PlayStation 4 and 5. So if you have PS4 and 5, you can play it right now. All other formats, which is basically just PC and Xbox, are releasing on Wednesday, April 26th. Okay? So there you go. So when that announcement was made, people immediately said, Phil, will you play the demo right now? And I was like, oh yeah, maybe I will. But then I thought about it and I looked into it. So here's how the demo works, okay? The demo is character creation, meaning actually creating your character, excuse me, that you're going to be playing as during the entirety of the campaign of the game. Okay, so you want to be careful. You want to make a character that looks how you want them to look, and is going to have. I think you make the base abilities. I'm not exactly sure how it works because I haven't played it yet, but I think you pick like the starter abilities of the character. So then once you create your character, then apparently there's about an hour to an hour and a half of gameplay where you go into the initial starter area of the game. You do the tutorial, you learn the basics, and then you do a little bit of open world roaming in the world, fighting people in the streets and leveling up and stuff like that, okay? So there you go. So that's what it is. It's not insanely lengthy or anything like that, okay? But it's a good taste of what the World Tour single-player campaign will be in Street Fighter 6. Sounds good. However, there's a caveat, all right? And that is that whatever format you play the demo on is the format you're locked into if you want to carry over your character to the main game. So, for example, let's say I play on PS5, and I did the demo today, okay? And I create a character, and I play for an hour and a half of the gameplay, and wow, okay, great. But then, that means if I want that character to carry over to my actual game that I buy, you know, when it comes out in June, I have to buy the PS5 version. There is no way to create a character, say, on PS5, and then carry them over to the Xbox version, or carry them over to the PC version. You have to stay with the version you're going to play, do you see? So here's the problem. The Xbox demo doesn't come out until Wednesday. Guess what? I'm playing it on Xbox, all right? And there's a couple of reasons why I'm playing it on Xbox, all right? The first reason is this. This is my fighting game joystick. That is my latest one. This was a gift to me for Christmas 2021 from a viewer. And it was funny because when they got this for me, they had intended that I was going to end up using it a ton in 2022 for the Capcom Fighting Collection. Well, we all know how the Capcom Fighting Collection went. It was a dud. It came out and almost no one was playing it. Whenever I did play it, I was going to use this joystick. And guess what happened? No one played it on Xbox. I bought that game on Xbox and PlayStation. No one played it on Xbox, so this joystick went pretty much unused for most of 2022. In fact, the only time that I used this joystick was for the Street Fighter 6 beta, which came out in October, was October 2022, and then December there was the second wave. So for 2 betas, I used the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha for the Xbox Series consoles. But outside of that, I never got to use it. It's relatively brand new. The buttons, you know, the joystick, it's ready to be used and ready to be played. The other joystick that I have, which works for PlayStation consoles, is old. That's the joystick, no exaggeration, I bought for the beta of Street Fighter V in 2015. That joystick is 8 years old. All right? That joystick has been through its paces. I played Street Fighter V on it. I played Ultra Street Fighter. Well, no, Ultra Street Fighter 2 was on the Switch. I played Capcom Anniversary Collection or Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection on it, right? I played Capcom Fighting Collection on it last year, amongst other games, other fighting games as well, like Mortal Kombat and things. I've all played on that joystick. So that joystick is worn out. This joystick has brand new parts, not used, ready to be used for a competitive fighting game, okay? So if I'm going to play Street Fighter 6, I want to play it in the version that's going to have the...
He's just going to complain again that it's like dropping his inputs and all this other bullshit. You know, we still can't figure it out, Phil. What's the real problem? Is it the gamepad? Is it you? Or you just... I think that he's just not pressing the right buttons.
The best controls, and this is absolutely going to be the best control scheme for me, is this joystick, okay? Now, here's the other thing. You may not realize this, but Street Fighter 6 is cross-platform. What that means is no matter what version you buy, PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, you can play online against people playing all the other versions anyway. So technically, it doesn't really matter what format you're playing on. You can have competition from all over the world and all different platforms. You're not limited. Previously, Street Fighter games were limited. If you play it on PlayStation, you're playing PlayStation players. You play on PC, you're playing PC. You play Xbox, you're playing Xbox.
Yeah, why is
the
it
first
getting
time
an
there's
Xbox?
full crossover among all. So if I play on Xbox, I get to play against everyone all over the world, and I get to play on a brand new joystick that's essentially unused. It's kind of a no-brainer. Why would I limit myself to play on PlayStation when that joystick is worn out? I'm not going to buy a whole new joystick when I have an unused one sitting right here.
This guy really hates cars.
So it makes sense to play it on Xbox. But for some reason, the demo doesn't come out on Xbox.
Nobody plays
Wednesday.
on Xbox, right? Everyone plays on like Wii,
put this back.
Or like Nintendo or PlayStation, right? Nobody plays fighting games on Xbox.
So it sucks. What are you going to do? But I've got to wait. Obviously, if I'm going to go through the demo and make a character, I want that character to carry over to the main game, and now I have to remake the character from scratch again. So I got to wait for the Xbox version, okay? So the Xbox version comes out Wednesday. Well, Wednesday's my day off. So this Thursday, which will be April 27th, I'm going to be playing the Street Fighter 6 demo, World Tour demo, that is, on the main stream. So what it'll be is character creation. We'll take our time. We'll try to make the character look interesting, maybe look like me, all right? And give us some time to do that. And then we'll jump into the main game, and we'll play it for about an hour, hour and a half. If I end up finishing a little early, maybe we'll do a little bit of like a Q&A video where I'll give my impressions on what we just played and let you know exactly what I think, okay? So that's going to be Thursday's main stream now, all right? So let's lock that in now. Thursday the 27th, Street Fighter 6 demo of World Tour, all right? Now you might say, well, wait a minute. Weren't you going to play that Game Pass game, something, Benedict Fox? Well, yeah, I was. But now that's going to basically not be played for now. And if it ends up being good and people want to see it, then we could still do it later on. But for now, I think the Street Fighter 6 demo takes priority. People would rather see that, including me. Okay? So that means Thursday night will be either Oblivion or Final Fantasy V. And then Friday is the premiere of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And I think that entire day, the first and second streams, we will play Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Okay? Then that Saturday, it'll be DSP versus the Internet and more Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
My new
that
thing
Sunday,
is putting
April 30th,
hot sauce on eggs.
is
pretty fire.
A marathon, and that's going to be me reacting to the Internet Historian channel. And then starting that Monday, we're going to start alternating, where one day will be Star Wars, one day will be Elden Ring, and then on the night streams, one day will be Final Fantasy V, and one day will be Oblivion. And that'll be the schedule moving forward into May. In May, we have new games coming out, including Redfall and other stuff as well. Okay? Sound good? So that's what we're going to do. That's how it's going to be handled. So let's recap the schedule. All right? Today, the conclusion of Silent Hill 3, and then tonight, Oblivion. Tomorrow, DSP versus the Internet on the DSP Reacts channel, and then Final Fantasy V. And then Sunday, Elden Ring and Oblivion. Monday, Elden Ring and Final Fantasy V. Tuesday, Elden Ring and either Oblivion or Final Fantasy V. We'll determine what we want to do that last day. Wednesday's my day off. Thursday, the Street Fighter VI World Tour demo on Xbox. And again, either Oblivion or Final Fantasy V. And then Friday, all day long, the premiere of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Saturday, DSP versus the Internet and Star Wars. Sunday, the marathon event on April 30th, where we're going to be reacting to the Internet Historian. So there you go. That is the schedule literally for the rest of the month laid out for all of you. I hope that sounds good. Now, there will be other content as well. For example, tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I know that's a weird time. I am releasing
it's so nice out
my
today.
Review of Peacemaker, the HBO
After
Max
this
series.
boring-ass
I have
podcast,
watched
I'm probably gonna
all
go walk
8
around.
episodes of this show, and it ain't pretty. Let's just put it that way. My review is going
Get out
to
of
be
this
very,
fucking
very,
apartment,
very,
dude.
very, very, very critical. Because, yikes.
Yikes.
The show was not good. So go check out that review. 6 p.m. Pacific time over on DSP Reacts, okay? That's coming out. Now, what's my next review style content over there? Well, my wife and I have been watching all of the Harry Potter movies, okay?
What's up, Andrew?
And we are about to essentially finish them within the next week. We've got maybe a half an hour left in Deathly Hallows Part 1, and then we got to watch Deathly Hallows Part 2, and then we've watched all the Harry Potter movies. And what I would like to do is a special video where I essentially talk about my thoughts about the Harry Potter movie series as kind of a retrospective collective event. I've watched them all now within about a month's time, and also I just played Hogwarts Legacy recently. So it'll be interesting to talk about the things between the game and the movies and the overall, themes of the movies. And having watched them now, this is like 10 years after the fact that they ended. It's kind of interesting to look from that different perspective of being older and how these movies play now versus how they did back when they were new. So I'm going to do a special Harry Potter retrospective video on DSP Reacts soon, likely later on this week. This will also be a perfect time to do this because they are coming out with a new series. If you didn't hear, there's supposed to be a new HBO Max Harry Potter series that they're going to be making. So now's a good time to talk about Harry Potter, right? So this should be an interesting video when I do it. Outside of that, I think the next movie I'm going to watch is Godzilla vs. Kong. And I know that's weird, but did you know they just announced the sequel? They're actually making a second Godzilla vs. Kong movie.
What?
I don't know how. I really don't. I haven't seen the
Potter
first
and
movie,
King Kong?
but you would think the first one would have been it. No, they're making a sequel. So if they're making a sequel, I guess I should watch the first one and give you my opinion on it, okay? So I'm going to. So that's going to probably be the next actual movie that I watch off HBO Max. Keep in mind, next month, HBO Max is merging with Discovery Plus to become Max, just a service that has all this content on it. If that's the case, when that happens, I may get rid of my Hulu. And if I get rid of Hulu, what I may ask you guys for then is your opinion on what should be the next service that I look to get when a new show or a new movie comes out. Because right now, all I've got is Hulu and the Amazon, Amazon Video, excuse me, and HBO Max. But if I get rid of Hulu, maybe I can get something else. Maybe I can get Netflix or Disney Plus, whatever you guys think. Paramount Plus. I don't know what shows are coming out that would interest you for me to watch and review for you. So think about it, and within the next couple of weeks, we'll talk about that and go from there. But come May, I think I'm getting rid of Hulu because I haven't watched it in a while. Okay.
This guy's just I hate people that play like this, dude. I really do.
So now that we covered all of that, Street Fighter 6. Man, that
Like,
presentation
run in there,
yesterday was
dude.
good. I feel like with Street Fighter 6,
Be aggressive,
Capcom is
like,
trying
come
to
on.
make up for all the mistakes they made in Street Fighter
So
5, which is
scared,
obviously a
dude.
good thing. Keep in mind the game has a new creative director, a new producer. Yoshitori Ono is no longer part of it. He's gone. He's not even at Capcom anymore. So having all new people in charge seems to have been the right move, because yikes, what a different approach to the launch of this game. Yes, of course, the online play is important to them, but they say, man, we want to appeal to a wide audience of gamers. We understand that there's people out there that like Street Fighter and fighting games, but they're not necessarily going to be competitive, hardcore Capcom Tour pro players. They just want to enjoy the game for what it is. And man, did Street Fighter V miss the mark with that. You know, Street Fighter V, when it launched in 2016, had no offline content whatsoever. I just want to repeat that. It had no offline content. No story mode, no challenge mode, nothing besides sit there and play against someone in a competitive environment. That was the whole game. And although that will always be the core of what
third
Street Fighter
party,
6
go,
is,
go, go.
fighting games
What
have
are you doing?
evolved in the last 10 to 15 years.
What's he
Take a look
doing?
at NetherRealm and what they've done with their games, adding in interesting,
you're
lengthy, meaningful story modes, right? Adding in the
pansy,
Crypt,
dude.
which is a whole offline mode where you can explore, unlock content,
he could have
do
just
challenges,
third-partied. The guy
challenge
probably
towers and stuff they put into Mortal Kombat.
had
And
to
to
heal.
some extent, Injustice has followed along that same plot line, or that same design line. And now other games has followed suit as well. Tekken and stuff, they try to add in other content, which is great. And Capcom seemed to be the only company that didn't
Now look
get
what's going to
that.
happen. You're gonna.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't seem to
This
understand
guy's getting murked, dude.
that
You're
people
standing
just
in the
don't
middle
wanna
of the
sit there playing
smoke. That's the
competitively
dumbest
all
thing
day.
ever.
There's another group
All I used to
of
do is throw a
gamers out
nade in there.
Okay, it's great to have a competitive community. Absolutely, it is. But you don't always have to be
Well,
competitive.
that's what he
at
did.
everything.
He just naded you.
Sometimes you just want to enjoy game universe and not have to worry so much about being
See?
in competition with everyone else around you.
See what happens
just
when you're
wanna
not
sit and have
aggressive?
fun, and that's really what it looks like they're doing with Street Fighter 6. This World Tour mode where you create your own character. You travel around these open world environments. You wander into fights. You're eating food and leveling up with items and using buffs just like the Yakuza or like a Dragon series. You're training with notable Street Fighter characters and learning their special moves. You're improving your character. There's story to unlock. There's exploration to be had. That's cool. Now, the thing is, everything we saw, all right, everything that we saw of Street Fighter 6 yesterday looked good, but there's one lingering question that was not answered in that digital presentation. How long is the World Tour mode? Because if you're telling me you have all this amazing stuff in World Tour mode, but the mode's 5 hours long, then it's not significant. It's one session of sitting down and messing around with it, and that's it. It's not meaningful, you see? If they're going to tell, oh, guess what? The story mode's like 20 hours long. Whoa, really? So that's the length of a standard game. So then there's going to be people who can buy Street Fighter 6 and enjoy it just for the single player and literally never go online. And they'd be happy with that. You want to know what? My wife is one of them. She watched the presentation yesterday and she was like, well, I love Yakuza. This game looks good. Its graphics look good. The combat looks fun. She even said what I might do is if I play Street Fighter 6, she doesn't want to learn it competitively. She might use the new modes that are available to make it so that there's one button special moves. So instead of having to learn all the competition and all the, instead just do button combos like hit, light, light, heavy, heavy, super move. And now you can do combos just like you're playing Yakuza. And it'll feel like you're playing that game only with Street Fighter.
What?
What's wrong with that? Nothing. And that makes this game interesting to a whole new audience.
So you can make Street Fighter like Yakuza?
They also announced that if you get the DLCs, those DLC characters will later on be integrated into the story
make
mode as
sense,
well.
man.
So it sounds like they are putting a lot of effort into this. You know what I'm saying? But again, if the game is 20 hours long, that's amazing, and people will buy it for $60. Because, by the way, the price of Street Fighter 6 is $60. They didn't charge $70. They did not give in to the temptation of all the other game developers around them saying, we just want to charge $10 extra just because we can. No, they're keeping the price of Street Fighter 6 at $60. So not only are you getting a full-fledged competitive fighting game, you're also going to get these other modes, and it's all the same price. They're not overcharging you for it. That's really nice, okay? So what we're going to do
nice, yo.
is we're going to wait. Of course, that week it comes out, first week of June, there's going to be reviews. And we're going to look at the reviews, people who played it early, to say, how long is World Tour mode? If World Tour mode is long, then Kat wants it. She's going to buy it and play it. That's awesome. you know, I'll be playing the World Tour mode as well, but of course, I'll also be doing the competitive play. I'll be trying out the characters in training mode, learning their abilities, going online, doing a lot of online play with those characters.
Wait,
It's a
so
little
he's going to
different
be
for me
able
'cause I'm
to
gonna be
verse
playing
Cat?
all aspects of this
Him
game,
and Cat are going to
while she'll just be
verse each
focusing
other.
solely on the offline.
Yeah, I bet she would whoop on him
you
too
know,
in Street Fighter, probably.
the
He'd be
offline
so
modes,
mad, dude.
you know, essentially.
If he played her and she whooped him,
So,
he'd be so mad.
I guess we'll see what happens. But man, basically, even though the Street Fighter 6 presentation didn't answer all of our questions, it definitely showed lots of positivity that I'm agreeing with everything. Unlike Street Fighter 5, where I was like, dude, bad choice, bad choice, bad choice, bad choice. Then the launch, botched, and everything bad. This seems like they've completely pushed the game into the correct direction again. Which honestly, Street Fighter needs. They need it. Street Fighter 5 tanked it. It took them so long to get Street Fighter 5 to basically get back into the good graces of the gaming community, and for people to forget about how bad that launch was and how bad the game was at launch. They need a good solid launch, and if they do, they could really rocket back into popularity again. So I hope they do. You know me, I have a history with Street Fighter. I grew up playing it. I want to see Street Fighter succeed, but for the right reason. I don't want to see people being nickel and dime by Capcom for DLC characters when the game sucks. That's exactly what happened with Street Fighter 5. So let's hope for the best. And I'm excited for this game. I really am. All right, so I'll be playing the demo of Street Fighter 6's World Tour Mode this coming Thursday, the 27th, the day after it comes out, because the 26th I'll be off, and we'll play it on Xbox. Okay? Cool. The other thing I want to talk about is Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster, which we started last night. So, I never played the Pixel Remasters before. These have been out for about a year and a half on PC, but that's why I never played them, because they were PC exclusive. Now they're on console, and we started playing Final Fantasy V because that's the one you guys voted for me to start with. And I've had an absolute great time last night with this game. So, what is different between the original and this one? First of all, it's widescreen. Both the world map, the dungeons, and the combat. They redesigned the standard SNES or Super Nintendo backgrounds to be stretched out 16:9 format, which is nice. Fits very nicely into a modern setup, and I really enjoyed that. In addition, they added all these new visual effects. So, example, the water now has an interesting rippling water reflective effect that was never in the original. When you're using magic, all magic has new effects on the screen that were not present in the original SNES version. They've been completely redone with 3D animation and stuff, which is really, really nice. Gameplay, like quality of life improvements, they made it so that you walk fast no matter what. It used to be in these classic Final Fantasies, you walk very slow. Well, now you walk really fast, okay? You could also walk diagonally, which is new. It was always just horizontal or vertical. You have to walk in a cross pattern. Now, you can actually walk diagonally, which makes traversal a little bit more natural and makes it a little bit faster to move through the game, okay? Runs at very smooth 60 frames per second from what I saw. Looked great. It was funny because the stream wasn't displaying it, but then when I watched it back, the on-demand videos, they were definitely 60 frames. I'm like, oh, it just would be a situation where, for some reason, the capture software displays differently, but it looks good. So that was really good. You have different options. For example, you could have it be classic or modernized font. I was going to do the modern font, but people really wanted me to use the classic, so I didn't. It looks good to me. When you save your game, get this. On the save file, it shows a screenshot of where you are in the game to remind you. So later on, if you can't remember where you were, you just look at the screenshots. That's where I am. And you click there, and you can resume your game quickly. I thought that was pretty neat. Just another thing. It's like a lot of these interesting little tweaks and quality of life improvements. They didn't have to do them, but they did. But for me, the biggest, most glaring change to Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster is the music. The music is fully redone, orchestral soundtrack, or almost like full band rock soundtrack. There were riffs that had guitar riffs and drums playing, and then there was other times when it was a full orchestra blaring. And I was like, oh my God. Like, they went all out with this soundtrack. They completely redid it. Now, the thing is, the original tracks of these classic Final Fantasy games are all composed by Nobuo Uematsu. He's the person who did all the classic Final Fantasies through, what was it, up to 10? I think it was 10 was the last one that he was the full soundtrack composer for. These soundtracks are absolutely beautiful. And to hear it
not in just the SNES synthesizer sounds, but instead to hear these full orchestras play, or a band, rock or guitar in the middle of the boss theme. Like, oh my God, this is so cool. It makes the game feel different. People were like, oh my God, so relaxing. You're walking into the overworld, it's like a big orchestra playing. You're like, wow, this is so nice. I agree. And this is the thing is, this one, Final Fantasy V, I've played a few times before, so I know the soundtrack, but I don't know it as well as like Final Fantasy 4 or 6. Dude, I can't wait to eventually, it's not going to be anytime soon, but eventually replay Final Fantasy 4 and 6 with you guys. And really enjoy those remix soundtracks of those, because those are near and dear to my heart. Those are the ones I grew up playing on SNES a million times. I would love to hear those soundtracks redone, okay? Now, the one thing I don't know about the Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster, I don't know if it's the vanilla game.
Well, I try to do something else at the same time.
Or if they added in extra content, because this game has been done and redone
Where?
over the years. There was the original SNES or Super Famicom.
Like play a game or something, you know?
For a PlayStation collection at one point. Then they redid it for Game Boy Advance at one point. Then, if I remember correctly, wasn't there also a version that was either like the DS or the 3DS? I can't remember, but I swear there was there too. You know, and now there's this version. So does this version have any extra content? I don't know. Does it have
also
dungeons
helps too,
or anything, or is it just a plain vanilla game? I don't know. So because of that, I can't really judge how long the playthrough will be.
This will increase my
oh, will you do any new optional content? And I was like, well, is there any? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I was just asking. And I'm like, well, I don't know. If there is, then maybe I would do it. I don't know what's in it. If it's just the plain game, then we're just going to go through the plain game. Now, there is optional content in the plain game. I remember there's a couple super bosses and interesting things that are hidden. I'll obviously do my best to try to remember how to fight those. All right? El Grey Zorro says, people yesterday said they didn't think that any of the Game Boy Advance extra content was in it. Oh, see? So if there's none of it in there, then there you have it. It'll just be the plain playthrough. But, dude, first stream last night went really well. Attendance was good for a late night stream. People were engaged and really enjoying. I feel like it's going to be a special playthrough, especially because, again, the classic Final Fantasies are special to me. These are the RPGs that got me into role-playing games back in the day. I'm really enjoying the playthrough. So I hope that you guys will join me this Saturday night when we continue on with the playthrough. Okay? Cool. All right. Before we get to game news, I just want to remind everyone, my streams here are crowdfunded. I don't have any sponsorships or partnerships with anyone. I rarely run ads on my stream. Sorry last night that there was those exorbitant ads. I seem to have nipped that in the butt and stopped that from happening now. If you want to support my content, please do so via one of the following methods. First of all, you can like the stream. And giving a like to the stream allows engagement. That allows more people to find the stream on YouTube. So please like the stream if you're enjoying the content. That's number one. Number two, please consider becoming a member of the channel. Becoming a member of the channel gives you so many benefits, including all my emotes, a chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter, ignoring the slow mode rules of the chat, giving you highlighted comments both in the streams and as well as on the on-demand comments for videos after the fact. You get priority for special events, for example, my Q&A show. You get priority to get your questions answered on that show. Any special events coming up where there's going to be a nominating or voting process, the members get priority for that, all right? Now, maybe you're already a member, or maybe you're someone who's been a member and it lapsed. Thank you. Please consider renewing. But another way that you can help this channel is by gifting memberships, okay? There's the ability to gift them to fellow chatters. It's a great way to support the community. People really appreciate it when someone comes in here and drops a member bomb, as it's called, all right? So thank you in advance to anyone who becomes a member, renews a membership, or gifts a membership today. As you can see, my goal for today is to try to hit 570 members by the end of the day. That's including this entire stream of Silent Hill 3 plus our Oblivion stream later tonight. Let's see how it goes, okay? Now, another way you can help the stream is a super chat or a super sticker. These are ways that you can contribute through YouTube itself. Makes it very easy.
Nobody else talks about this shit like this, dude.
Tipping is a way where you can contribute via PayPal. Since
I've never heard any other
awesome
streamer
and direct way to support the
like
streams,
this.
and quite frankly, yes, I get more of a cut of tips than pretty much any other contribution. We have incentive for tipping. If we hit tiers of tipping, I'll do rewards. So, for example, if we get $50 in tips, I'll put on a pair of Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, you guys can choose a hat for me to wear. Now, yesterday, we introduced a new hat to the streams. Did you see it yesterday?
Not even beggars beg this hard, dude. That's crazy. He's...
This is a fan-donated hat, a red fedora. It wasn't supposed to be red. It was supposed to be burgundy or wine-colored, but Amazon sent the wrong color. But then I wore it on stream yesterday, and it looked pretty good. Pretty classy. So we have a new hat. Of course, keep in mind, we have so many hats in the rotation. The Los Santos cap from GTA 5. The beret. The
Reddit's
Pikachu
newest
hat.
mod, yo.
The Bender hat. The Viking hat. The Punisher beanie. Right? We have a million hats. The cowboy hat. We have so many hats in the rotation to be worn. If we hit $100 in tips today, you pick what hat you want me to wear for the rest of the stream. And then, of course, if you do happen to hit a full tips reward of $150, you vote on a vest for me to wear, as usual. Okay? Very nice. Can I tip my fedora?
He hasn't been hitting the goals lately, frequently. So I think a fan wanted
straw hat. I forgot about the straw hat. Didn't even mention that. We have so many hats in the rotation now.
He needed to bring it back somehow.
Okay. So that's that. Now, what I like to do is some shout outs for people who've already contributed, and then we have extra time, so we'll open it up to Q&A for a little bit before we jump into the conclusion of Silent Hill 3. Sound good? All right. So, first contribution of the day was actually from Audio Object, who had re-upped their membership for 12 months. It says, what are we going to do for your 1-year anniversary? We're going to do this.
Scuffed stream. Scuffed streamer.
Happy 1-year anniversary, Audio Object. Faith in 131 has become a member for 6 months and says, adding this to the 4 years on Twitch, so now it's 4.5 years as a sub. Yes, of course, everyone knows when I was on Twitch for almost 5 freaking years. I built up quite the community over there. It's a shame how things ended with them being incredibly unprofessional and just showing their true colors, which is why I would prefer to never go back there if I ever have to. It would only be as an emergency backup. But I'm here now for almost 2 full years on YouTube. I thank any of you who've come over and made that transition from Twitch to YouTube, and things are going swimmingly. We're about to hit the 2-year anniversary of me being on YouTube full time, which means that we're going to have some people's 2-year crowns unlocked here. You're going to see rose gold very soon in the chat for those who've been here for 2 years. That'll be neat to see the rose gold crowns. Okay.
Rose gold.
Pretty awesome. Thank you, Faithin 131, for re-upping your membership and continuing to support the channel. So our first tip of the day, excuse me, is a $1 tip. Now here we go. A very, very long message. So this is from JDTV. Let's get them on the leaderboard because they have a long message, so we're going to read it and respond to it. But let's get JDTV up there first to start as the first tipper of the day. Keep in mind, the biggest tipper of the day stays there on the leaderboard, so if you want to try to beat JD, go for it, and then you'll be on the leaderboard. Okay.
He's a terrible beggar,
so JDTV
dude.
says, I apologize for the longer message. I'd like to share my thoughts on the Street Fighter 6 demo. I hope you don't mind. I played the demo on PlayStation 5 today, and I tried the World Tour mode. It takes about 30 minutes to 1 hour to complete. I do like the story and the idea behind it. However, I experienced terrible frame drops and frame pacing when I started fighting. The cutscenes are a smooth 60 frames per second, but the fighting ended up being terrible, which is why I'm not able to enjoy the demo that much. I'm curious to find out how you feel about it. Please say hi to Tickled TV in the chat for me. Well, hello to Tickled TV. I don't see you in the chat, but hello.
Tickled TV.
That's interesting. Why are there frame drops? You played it on PS5, you said? Hold on. Yes, he played it on PS5. So this isn't PS4. It's not like he was playing it on a last-gen console, and that's why there were frame drops. Whoa, why are there so many frame drops on PS5? That's not good.
Probably because it's
now, keep in mind, this is a demo. This
Capcom,
is not the finished game.
Launch.
Why would there be frame drops like that? That's not good at all. Now, they did say, I believe, there's going to be multiple modes in the game. There's going to be a performance mode. There's going to be like a fidelity mode. If you're playing the story mode, okay, maybe you want to do the fidelity mode only because it's not necessarily a real fighting game. It's going to be a game where essentially it's more like Yakuza or almost Final Fight, where you're going to be fighting a bunch of generic enemies. Yes, there'll be boss fights and stuff, but for the most part, it sounds like it's a game maybe you wouldn't need 60 frames in that mode. And what I'm thinking is, if you're playing the game competitively, 1v1, it's
begging.
2 characters on the
He's begging
screen in the
pretty hard
background.
today, dude.
If you're playing this now, World Tour mode, it's you and a bunch of characters all at once, right? All on screen. And maybe that's exactly what it is that it's essentially taxing everything, right? It's really pushing the engine to its limits. Ricky says, not necessarily frame drops. The fighting is meant to be only 30 frames per second. The overworld is 60. Is that true? So when you go into the actual fights, it dips to 30 frames per second, but then the competitive game is 60?
That's not good for Phil. Phil needs 60
Well, here's
FPS.
the thing. I'll be playing the Xbox version on Thursday. This could be an interesting opportunity to see if it's exactly the same or not, right? Keep in mind, I'll be playing it on the Xbox Series X. So, I guess we'll see. SawMI says it's running smooth for me. Well, is it running at 30 frames or 60? What's the answer here? Is it really... Does the combat really purposefully dip down to 30? Is that intentional? Right? Yes, every fight in the demo is locked to 30 frames. So it's on purpose. I get the feeling they did it on purpose then. More than likely what would happen is there was going to be frame choppiness if they tried to make it 60. So they said just lock it to 30 so you have consistency throughout the entirety of the game rather than it be up, down, and very jarring. You know what I'm saying? Jade says, I'm going to buy Street Fighter 6 Deluxe on Xbox Series X. I feel okay today. I'm glad you feel better, Jade. You get the Deluxe Edition. So Deluxe Edition is the middle one. They said there's going to be Standard, Deluxe, and Ultra. Deluxe Edition is supposed to have the entire first season pass, which they announced the characters. It's going to be
Deluxe.
Rashid and Ed for Street Fighter 5, a new character
Jade's
called Aki,
getting the Deluxe
and then Akuma,
version.
who's been in like every Street Fighter game since Super Turbo. So,
sick.
Cool. Interesting. All right. So anyway, thank you, JDTV, for the first tip of the day. Thanks for the info. I did not know that. And I guess we will
like I'm
judge for
losing brain
ourselves,
cells right
okay,
now.
when I play later in the week, what I think of the demo. Okay? Cool. By the way, because you might be wondering what game news we have today, there's just not a lot. I'll give you 2 quick stories. There was a weird story where someone was reporting that Microsoft is completely disappointed with Hi-Fi Rush's performance. If you remember, Hi-Fi Rush was a game that was shadow dropped on Xbox Game Pass a few months ago. It's a game from Tango Gameworks that up to that point had only made horror games, but it's an action platformer with a musical element to it and timing. I played it and I liked it. I don't think it was anything ultra special, but at the same time, it was a perfectly fun Xbox Game Pass game. So the report says, oh, Microsoft is super duper, like, disappointed. They really wanted to do better, and it didn't. Like, huh? But it was shadow dropped. How could they be disappointed? So then Aaron Greenberg, who's literally the head of marketing of Xbox, did a tweet, and he's like, this report is completely false. He says, we couldn't be happier with the performance of the game. It did really well for a game that had no promotion. We're very pleased, and we don't want anything more from it. We think it exceeded expectations. So what's really weird about this kind of story is, where did the original story come from? Who's this source that people are quoting? You know what I mean? It's weird because from all reports, the game did well. You know, again, it was a game that had no marketing, no promotion, nothing. It just shadow dropped. People tried it, liked it. It spread by word of mouth. How can you not say a game that had zero marketing didn't do well if people played it? You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like there was some kind of a weird attempt to almost slander Xbox and Game Pass to say, oh, see, even a game that's a success on Game Pass is a failure. But it wasn't true. The head of marketing came out and said, no, you're full of it. That's not true at all. Weird story. The other story, get this. Twitter has changed the way that they work. They're starting to charge companies to implement media. Listen to this. Xbox consoles have a DVR feature. Well, guess what? They're going to remove Twitter as a way to share your game clips. Why? Because Twitter changed their API. They're now making it that you have to pay $42,000 or more in order to have it so that people can upload content to Twitter. A social media network whose entire existence relies on user-submitted content is going to charge companies to put up user-submitted content.
Wait, what? 42? Why is it 42,000?
So, basically now, if you own an Xbox, you cannot put up anything on Twitter. I'm serious. You know how it used to be, oh, take a screenshot or a movie of the game and post it on Twitter? You can't do that anymore. It's been removed. The only way you can do it, I guess, there's an Xbox app, and there's a roundabout way where you can still capture directly on your Xbox, and then later on, through the Xbox app, you can export content from the Xbox app into Twitter, and that still works for now. But that's you can't do it directly from your console to Twitter anymore. Whatever. I mean, the downfall continues. I'm not even going to say much else about that. Okay, let's continue. What would you guys like to talk about? We still have a few minutes left. Anyone want to tag me? Jade says, I'd love to see Jasper today. Animals help make me feel better. Well, my wife is home today. Jasper, typically, Cat is always at work during the daytime on Monday and Tuesday right now. All right? Maybe, I'm trying to think, maybe Jasper can join tonight for Oblivion. I'm not sure. I haven't, I'm not 100%. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Jasper Kitty. But he's usually in here Mondays and Tuesdays. So. Hopping Rabbit says, oh, but don't worry, the Starship made it off the launch pad. Oh, you mean the SpaceX Starship that exploded in midair right after launching? What a successful flight.
Yeah, it was a successful launch,
Light
Phil.
Crystals, did you watch the Trump interview on a full send
That's
podcast?
what they wanted.
No, I don't care.
Dummy.
God says, if you're not going to see the new Evil Dead movie Rise, what do you think of it? Oh, it's in theaters, right? I don't know. I don't know anything really about it. I know it's coming out, but I'm not going to theaters to see it. B-Boy Cyclone says, any chance of doing a throwback gameplay of any of the 3 Fables? I know you did Anniversary. Have you replayed 2 or 3? No, I never replayed 2 or 3. Nope. I would be interested in replaying 2 because that's the one I first played. I played 2 before I ever played 1. And that was one of my earliest playthroughs on YouTube on Darkside Phil was Fable 2. And it was absolutely terrible quality. So I would love to maybe replay that someday. I received a $1 tip from JDTV. It definitely felt like 30 frames per second. The thing is, I play on an OLED TV. OLED TVs are bad for playing 30 frames per second games because of instant pixel response time. It makes
how do you have a PS5 with an old
I also have
shitty
VRR
TV?
on, but since the VRR range on PS5
makes no
is
sense,
40
dude.
to 120 FPS, everything under 48 FPS isn't recognized properly. Oh wow! So you
It's
just
like having
had,
a Ferrari and living in
problem
like
compiled
a fucking
problem.
shitty
You had a
like
TV
studio
that really
apartment.
wasn't set for 30, and then you're using VRR, which isn't good for 30. He said, I really hope the fighting will be 60 frames per second in the full game, otherwise I won't buy it. The settings were also locked in the demo. Oh, so you don't even have multiple quality options in the demo either. Oh, okay. See, I'm wondering, for me, I play 1080p 60 frames, but I don't use VRR because my capture device doesn't support it. So, I'm wondering, would mine look smoother? Like 60 frames, but then go to a solid 30 frames in the combat and then go back to 60? I wonder. Interestingly. Okay. Alright, well anyway, thank you JD for another $1 tip. This will be very interesting now when we try this out next week, actually. It'll be a good experiment, right? Okay. Finn Lovecraft, welcome back. How are you doing? Good to see you in chat. Yeah, I guess it's probably because it's the demo, right? In the demo, they're not going to have all the options because they're just essentially just trying to show you what the game's going to be. Probably you're going to have all those finalized options in the real game. That's my guess. And probably to have those options might make the download bigger or something. I don't know. No, Willow, I've never been to any major live event like the Grammys. No. I don't think I would want to attend the Grammys even if I were invited. Why would I care about that? Okay. Still got some time if you guys want to ask questions. Well, Snow Henry says, I'm playing Dead Island 2. It's fun. Great graphics and gameplay. New and interesting. Good for you. I don't care. Sod MI says, I don't like 30 frames per second on competitive game. No, I agree. Seriously, the competitive game, meaning the online play and the 1v1 competitive gameplay, has to be 60 frames. If it's not, that's a major problem. Now, if you're doing the offline World Tour mode, that's just single player, that's different. But if you're talking competitive play where you need to be able to react, dude, you need 60 frames per second. Absolutely, I agree there. 30 frames per second fighting games are a thing of the past. You can't go back to that. Liza for Soul says, do you agree there's 2 N-words you should never say, one being nuclear?
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. Ambulatory says, did you miss the Ghostbusters 2016 game? No, I played it. I played the Ghostbusters 2016 game. I reviewed it on my then edited gameplay channel, edited video channel, KO Gaming. It was absolutely atrociously bad. There's a new PlayStation Studio. Yeah, PlayStation bought some Firewalker Studio, but Firewalker Studio never made a game yet. It's a bunch of ex-devs from Bungie and Activision. So you don't know what they're going to make yet, so it really isn't news because they haven't made a game. Have I ever had ham? Absolutely not. I've never eaten ham. No, never. Not once in my life. Right. What's one game I would love to be remastered? Infamous series. Infamous 1, 2, and the Festival of Blood DLC. The original 2 games are absolutely outstanding, and they really do deserve modern remakes, and I don't know why Infamous has been completely forgotten for like 10 years now. Seriously, like Infamous Second Son was one of the first games I played when I moved out here, which was funny because I just moved here to Seattle, and then I played a game that took place in Seattle, and I was able to directly compare the locations and everything, which was nice. And then after that game, it just, the whole series just died, never came back. Like, wow, that's unfortunate. I received a $5 tip from...
So many bots.
Alrighty then, Ben. Like, alrighty then, Ben.
Jim Carrey?
Interesting. I'm curious if your wife is going to skip the Horizon Burning Shores DLC. I'm currently playing it. It was fun to see Lance Reddick one more time as Silence. Yeah. Wanna know why? Because just like me, she didn't really like Horizon Forbidden West that much. We thought, here's what we liked. The graphics and the different cultural groups. How each one had kind of their own cultural beliefs that was kind of unique and interesting. But gameplay, meh. And story. The end of the story is terrible, I feel.
About to drop that 20 bomb.
Seriously, like that ending was so underwhelming and kind of almost annoying.
Oh no, he's got the armored vehicle.
Leading
No.
into sequel bait without any resolution. When you play through the game and you beat it, you feel like you did nothing. Like you might as well just skip the game. And it kind of really, to me, downgraded my view of the series. At first, I thought the series was great, and now I really don't care about it. I'm being honest, like I don't even know
What?
If
What
they
is
make the
that?
third one, if I'm gonna even care to play. It just doesn't seem that interesting anymore. You know what I mean? Like Horizon Zero Dawn was a very interesting start of an interesting franchise and story, and it was Game of the Year contender, and everyone was talking about it. It was super hype. Forbidden West, as soon as it came out within a week, no one cared about it. No one was talking about it. Elden Ring and other games completely overshadowed it, and it wasn't even in most people's discussions for Game of the Year. How the mighty have fallen. Seriously. And now the DLC came out, and I'm not really hearing that many people talk about the DLC either. I heard, those who are playing it are liking it, but I don't really care. I'm not paying more money for a game that was underwhelming to start. I just don't care about a DLC expansion. That's the opposite. Remember, the original Forbidden West, I liked that. Was it the Frozen Peaks or whatever it was called? I can't remember what it was called. Frozen Wilds. I liked that DLC, but I just have zero desire to play this one. And I think that's sad. What are you going to do? Okay. Nico says, I didn't even know the DLC had come out. Yeah. Don't care. That's what I mean. Like, wow. Again, how the mighty have fallen. A game that was in everyone's discussion for Game of the Year contention. Everyone was hyped about it. Everyone was talked about endlessly when the first one came out. And the second one came out, and it was kind of like, meh. There you go. Carliga says right now, and the DLC just came out too, like this week. Right now, there's only one single prominent Twitch streamer. His name's Co Carnage. We know Co Carnage. He was in a couple games there. He was in Cyberpunk, and he was also just a card in Like a Dragonetian. He's playing the DLC, but outside of that, no one else is even streaming it on Twitch beyond people who have less than 20 viewers. There you go. Okay. Who is this? We got a $1 tip here from Tyler. I'm showing how jealous I am of Elon. And then he insults me and calls me a bum. All right, I'm just going to ignore you. I'm just going to outright ignore you then. It's cool to see you today, Jade. It is. Okay. Oh, hold on. Oh. Ooh.
Wow, that has got to be one of the most boring podcasts I've seen in a while.
Tiger Jack says, I've downloaded all the Final Fantasy games you mean for the Pixel Remaster Collection. Which one should I play first? Oh, man. See, that's a hard decision to make. Here's why. Final Fantasy games, all right, are all standalones. They all stand out among each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all separate entities, all of them. And therefore, you can play any one of them, and they are a complete story. You don't need to have prerequisite knowledge of one to enjoy the next. So, any one of them are great experiences, but here's the problem. I feel like if you start, let's say, oh man, I'm just going to start with 6. Well, then if you play the older ones, they're going to look a little more outdated. They're not going to have as good gameplay mechanics. It's almost like maybe you should play them in order. But my favorites are definitely 4, 5, and 6. You know, 1, 2, and 3 are good, but they definitely show their age. 4, 5, and 6 are more modernized. They have more advanced storylines, more complex storylines, obviously a better soundtrack, and more gameplay elements to them. I would literally be wondering if you played 6 first, if you would enjoy it, if you would enjoy the others. You know what I'm saying? I would think if you played 6, you'd probably still enjoy 5 and 4, but then you might not like the first 3. So maybe play one of the earlier ones first. Maybe play 1, 2, or 3, then play 4, 5, or 6, right? And then maybe alternate to see like retro, a little bit more modern, retro, a little bit more modern. Then you can kind of see the comparison, right? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay. All right. Did I play Audio Surf? I have no idea what Audio Surf is. What is that, Willow? I've never heard of that. Am I going to see the new Evil Dead movie? No, not unless it's on a digital service. Yeah. Unless it's on a digital service. If it's on a digital service somewhere, maybe, but I'm not going to go to the movies to see it, no. Like I said, so this week, my wife and I were supposed to have a day out, right? A rare day out, because usually it's about, I'd say 60% of the time, 70% of the time we stay home now, and to have a recuperative, more relaxing day together, and then maybe every once in a while we have a day out, but usually our days out end up being very, very busy. And we were supposed to have a very busy day out this week, and then we ended up staying home. So that's what I mean. Like, people are like, are you going to see the Super Mario Brothers movie? Well, good thing we didn't buy the tickets for this week. So what happens, like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if we're going to see it. I'd like to see the Super Mario movie and review it for you guys, but I don't, you know, our lives are so crazy and hectic that we don't even really have time to do that kind of stuff going out, you know?
Crazy and hectic? He said his life is crazy and hectic.
Moxter says, did you watch the first Spider-Verse movie? I did. I saw it on a flight. I was coming back from Connecticut in 2019 from the parents' visit and also getting married, and watched it on the plane, and it was pretty good. I liked the movie. I did enjoy it.
Into the Dentverse. Every tip, everywhere, all at once.
Thank you, Kagome. If you haven't noticed, I'm doing my best to ignore the people who just want to cause drama in the chat today. I've had enough, and I really already said my piece before we started the podcast today. There's basically a group of about a dozen people who are sitting here in sock accounts. They think I don't know who they are. I know exactly who they are. And they've been coming back. They try to cause trouble. They try to stir up things in the chat. And they all cause drama, and I'm tired of it. And for example, last night, I'm playing Final Fantasy V. I'm having an absolutely great time. A great time playing the game. Okay? And then one of them, who is a sock account, by the way, starts saying things like,
How can you tell when you can say things in here or not? How can you tell when spam is too much? How can you tell when this? And they literally copy and pasted the same message about 27 times and kept copy and pasting it in the chat. Now, number one, that's spam. That's a violation of the rules. Number two, it's obviously someone trying to bother me when they see that I'm really enjoying a chill stream and interacting with my audience about the game.
It's Tevin's fault.
So I warned them
Tevin's
about it
fault.
verbally and said, stop doing it. You're annoying me. They then decided to publicly threaten me and say, how dare you say that on your stream? I'm going to pull all my support. And I said, fine. You want to make it about you? You're banned. Don't come back. You know? And then I continued on with the game. Since then, we now have like a dozen people who are all bringing it up nonstop. Want to know why? Because they're all the same sock accounts. They think I don't know who they are. They're so dumb. They come back with these sock accounts over and over. They've already been banned. They do this over and over because they like to try to derail my content. They think they know what they're doing. They're dummies. I know who they are. I've already banned a couple more this morning. The thing is, I'm very lenient. I try to give people second and third and fourth and fifth chances.
Exactly, ignoring it by directly talking about it.
I do. But then there's some people who just love to keep coming back, and then they don't learn. And the other thing is, people know for a fact that if there's a bad day or something that goes wrong, they can email me. They can ask for an unban. There's tons of people who've been unbanned in my chat before. No problems, no questions asked. I don't really care. I'll just do it if you ask. But then there's people who don't do that, and instead, they make sock accounts. Then they get banned again. Then they make another sock account. Then they get banned again. They make another sock account. You understand? So I've had enough of these people who come back with their million sock accounts and they try to derail the stream. I really have. I've had enough of it. So.
Oh, is he banned?
Basically, what I have to do is kind of have a no-nonsense attitude at this point.
Did he just get banned?
If I just see someone who's literally going to derail, just don't even bring it up and just get rid of them and move on with my day. Because there's tons of us here who want to have a good time. We got over 400 people on the stream right now. And we just want to chill and enjoy each other's company and everything. We don't want to talk about drama. We don't want to talk about this bullshit. You know? See, Shia says, I ignored it and last night's stream was fun. Exactly right. If you ignore their nonsense, there's people who actively try to create drama like they're teenagers. The little teen. Oh, did you hear this? Did you hear what happened here? Did you hear about this? Hear about this? Yeah, they're little kids. They're little kids. They act like it because that's it. They don't want to allow me to have a good stream with my actual engaged viewers. They want to derail that and make it all about them. And it really annoys me because I'm 41 years old and I'm way past all this bullshit. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about moderation on my stream. It's my fucking stream. If someone violates the rules, I have the right to moderate them. I don't have to justify it to anyone, especially you, sock account number 472. You think I'm a fucking idiot. So I'm just going to, be doing that stuff. And if you bring it up, just to forewarn everyone, you start bringing it up, you're going to be gone too. I'm not putting up with bullshit. This is it's always been against the rules of my streams to derail the streams with this kind of negative, toxic drama nonsense. It has nothing to do with the content of the stream. Nothing. And I'm not putting up with it. So if you're one of those sock accounts, you know who you are because I see a bunch of you right now. I'm staring at you. You better fucking behave because if I see that bullshit, you're out of here. I'm just not putting up with your bullshit anymore. Okay?
This is the real reason that Phil has 200,000 subscribers. They're just fucking dead sock accounts.
So, goodbye, good riddance. We don't need people who are going to be in here and derail the streams with toxic shit. Okay? Okay. I received a $1 tip.
Oh, Phil.
There we go. It's another troll. So, fuck it. Again, if you haven't noticed, in the last few months, I've made an absolute active effort. I'm not going to entertain troll shit. If you're going to send me a super chat or a tip with troll shit, you will be ignored. I'm not even going to read it. You don't even deserve the time on my stream. I'm not wasting my time on you.
I have your address.
Okay.
I will find you in real life. I'm coming for you.
Okay. Last chance. Anyone have anything they want to talk about? Or shall we end the podcast for today and jump into Silent Hill's conclusion? What would you guys like to do? Gut says it's warm here. What's the weather there? It's still cool and cloudy here. We're still essentially having spring weather. Our spring weather is cool and cloudy. From what I'm to understand, next week, in 1 week's time, we're supposed to have exponentially jumping temperatures. So, for example, today it's 49 degrees outside. In 1 week, it's supposed to be
79 degrees outside. So it sounds to me what I need to do is this coming week on my day off, which will be Wednesday, I need to buy the new air filters for the house, and I got to put the air conditioners in. And we're going to have to start using air conditioning. Because if we don't, this office is going to end up being 90-some degrees every day when it's that hot outside. So it sounds like we got far into April. We got really far. But now we're going to start having our warm days. And there's not much I can do about that. I'm going to have to put in the air conditioner. It sucks. I don't want to. I try to last as long as I possibly can without doing it. But it looks like end of April is going to be it. So. It stinks. Well, what can you do, right?
Disgusting. Disgusting content.
Steak sandwiches, it was in the 90s in New England last week. So there you go. We're starting to hit those dates, those temperatures, right? Kagome says, I'm going to say I'm excited about the Star Wars stuff. Me too. I think that Jedi Survivor is going to be a great game. I can't wait. Zombie Wolfpack says, I tried out the Street Fighter 6 demo. Seems really fun. Hope you have a good time with it too. Me too. Next week, we'll see. Yeah, it's only 49 degrees Fahrenheit here right now. It's cool. But like I said, next week it's supposed to be like 30 degrees hotter. Actually, 30 degrees hotter in 1 week. Jeremy says it's raining in London. Isn't it always raining in London, though? Isn't it very rare to have like hotter weather there? Thank you, Fan of Lovecraft. Whenever you can make it, if you can help out with moderation, I appreciate it. Yeah, you'll notice it's this. And by the way, again, it's the same people. It's someone who, someone whose account was just recently made a couple weeks ago because it's a sock account. Oh, look, it's an account that has a Baxter in its name because it's a sock account. Like I'm stupid or something. You know, like I don't know who these people are. I know exactly who they fucking are. Thoughts on shrimp chips? Shrimp chips are pretty good. I've had multiple different kinds, and I like shrimp chips. They're delicious. Haha, Battleduck says in the UK you get born with your personal rain cloud. There you go. Ad the Gamer says, what Souls games do you recommend next? All I played was Elden Ring. If you want to really challenge yourself with a game that's outdated but is very, very fun, Dark Souls 1. If you want to play a more modernized one that is similar to Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3. There's your answer. Bloodborne is very, very fun, but it's very different from the Dark Souls because there's no blocking. It's all action-based. So if you're okay with that, check out Bloodborne. It's a really, really good game. I love Bloodborne. Thoughts on Trader Joe's? Great store. Unique products, a lot of healthier items and delicious food, but I don't really go there. I haven't been there in over a year because it's kind of far away. Turtle Dude says, would I ever do a retro playthrough of a game Prey from 2006? I don't know anything about it. I only played the more modern one, many years ago. That was a game from Arcane Studios, but I've never played the classic. I don't know if you guys would want that or not. I don't know. Okay. B-Boy Cyclone says, invest in a Dyson bladeless fan. One of the best things I bought, the heat wave creeping up. Yeah, but they're too expensive, man. Those Dyson fans are like, I'm not even kidding. A fan is like $400 or more. For a fan. That's ludicrous. You could buy a tower fan for like $70. That's really, really good.
Someone's going to send him a Dyson.
$400 just because it's bladeless, right?
Someone's going to send him a Dyson now. That's it.
All right.
He's getting a Dyson.
I think it is time for us to end the show, my friends. Thank you for having a fun podcast. And let's wrap it up and get started with Silent Hill. But of course, with the warmer weather on the way, remember...
All right, everybody. Thanks for chilling. Weather's nice, so I guess I'm going to go out for a bit. I'll catch everybody later. Well, we'll be back. Maybe I'll be back later. I don't know. Later tonight. But peace out, everybody. Have a great day. Try to wake up.
Completely soaked the sandwich in sauce.
Yo! Meerkat Mob.
Yo! Juicy, tangy, moist, gourmet level burger.
That's robust.
Safe to swallow.
Juicy, tangy, moist.
Cheeseburger.
Getting all over my face. Gourmet level burger. Tangy zip, swirl, moist.
Burger.
Yummy and robust. Yo! I have gout. Gout is a disease that makes my acid levels much higher than most people's. And so if I eat certain foods, my acid level elevates, skyrockets, and then I get all giant swelling and incredible pain in my joints. So I'm gonna eat this burger live with you today and share what I think about it. I'm sure people are gonna be asking me questions about it. Yo! Juicy, tangy, moist, gourmet level, timed release of flavors. Burger, that's robust. Juicy, tangy, moist burger. Getting all over my face. Gourmet level burger. Tangy, swirl, moist
Burger.
Yo! Gow, 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 gow.
Cheeseburger.
My hand is completely covered in sauce.